elite sport, and he was performing. And without going into jumping into football details too much, I was at a game, Arsenal against Manchester United, the semi-final of the Champions League in 2008, 2009. And United were, and I'm no fan of either club, but I was at the game in London, and United were 1-0 up from the first leg. And the second leg at Arsenal, Darren Fletcher just put on the most magnificent performance I think I've ever seen from a Scottish midfielder, and include the great names in that. He was just off the charts good, bossed the match, tragically gets sent off at the end, towards the end, which meant he missed the final. United won 3-1. Ronaldo and Rooney were amazing, but Fletcher, and he was in the middle of everything, and Darren Fletcher then, that night, was just the best performance I've ever seen from a midfielder, and came out raving about it. And at that time, I didn't know what he had, but later on, discovered that, everything. And I was going, that night, that was a masterclass, like a maestro. Had he been Italian, had he been Brazilian, people would have been saying that was a typical masterclass from a player who just bossed the entire game against a very good Arsenal team. Struggle to say that name sometimes, but against a really good Arsenal team, and Fletcher was amazing. So since I knew about him and everything else, I have nothing but massive regard for him as a person and as a human, for how he got through all of that. And having spoken to Scotland managers who had him in the squad and what happened and heard things, it's just amazing to me. It's amazing, and I would say I've used them in my head as, not like a what would Jesus do, as in a what would Darren do, but I've had things and went, well, Darren Fletcher did that, so I can get past this.